Attention.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. Today, we will be discussing some troubling news coming from the White House, involving the threat of domestic terrorism. Over the past week, there have been numerous threats of mass shootings, bomb threats, and other potential mass casualty events all across the nation. These threats have seemed to go nowhere as of now, but have been popping up increasingly more in major cities around the country. Some major cities that were claimed to be targets include, but are not limited to, New York City, Atlanta, San Francisco, Chicago, New Orleans, Dallas-Fort Worth, and even right here in Jacksonville. In terms of the threat here in Jacksonville, it was related to a supposed gunman planning to go on a killing spree on Jacksonville Beach. However, after police investigation and heightened security for a few days following the threats, thankfully nothing has come to fruition. The reasoning behind the rapid increase in these threats has not been pinned down to a single answer. In a statement from the United States government, some potential sources could be homegrown domestic terrorist groups, foreign terrorist groups, or even possibly agents from foreign powers looking to stir the pot of conflict. As of now, the government has come across few successful leads. In terms of the local implications of these threats, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, local military stations, and police departments in other nearby counties have been on high alert for any potential threats. If you see someone threatening to commit an act of domestic terrorism, please call your local police department or sheriff's office on their non-emergency line, and consider submitting a tip to the FBI. Despite all the obvious concern coming from citizens, the governor of Florida has told Floridians to not worry too much about it. In a statement from the governor, they said, and I quote, that most of, if not all of the threats over the past week have been completely unfounded, and are likely not a cause for high concern. Obviously there are some varying levels of concern coming from local officials and the state government, which is concerning many, as this sends mixed signals to the public. At the end of the day, only time will tell if anything actually occurs as a result of these threats. If anything is to occur, tune into station FCWN at frequency 861.93 for up-to-date information on situations around the First Coast.
This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the Jacksonville metropolitan area. A local area emergency has been issued within the city of Jacksonville, until further notice. At around 9:55 local time, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office began to receive over a dozen phone calls, most of these originating along or on East Independent Drive, along with West Bay Street in downtown Jacksonville. These calls were placed to law enforcement in regards to a potential hostage situation occurring at the Wells Fargo Bank building along East Independent Drive and West Bay Street. The validity of these claims are currently unconfirmed, as there has been multiple situations recently of false reports of terror attacks occurring at a local and national level. Despite that, this warning is still being issued out of an abundance of caution. If you are around the Wells Fargo building, it is advised that you remain away from the building, as law enforcement are expected to be on the scene at any minute. Stay tuned to local news media over the coming hours, as new alerts may be issued if the claims are found to be real. Thank you for your cooperation, it is greatly appreciated. Repeating, a local area emergency has been issued within the city of Jacksonville, until further notice. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A law enforcement warning has been issued for the city of Jacksonville, Florida, until further notice. Around 20 minutes ago, Calls were received about the potential of a hostage situation taking place at the Wells Fargo Bank building in downtown Jacksonville. As of 10:09 local time, law enforcement has confirmed that an armed suspect seems to be holding civilians hostage inside of the bank. The amount of people in the building at this time is currently unknown, but it is likely that upwards of 200 people are trapped inside, including civilians and staff. The front entryway to the building has been blocked as of this time, and steel shutters have been pulled down on all the windows. Residents that are not stuck inside are being asked to please leave the area immediately, as more law enforcement units will be coming to the scene shortly to assist. If you are not in the immediate radius of the Wells Fargo Bank building, there is no active threat to your life. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Sir, please come out with your weapons down in your hands where I can see them. Come on, don't make this harder than I have to. Shit! Officer Charles, can you hear me? Fuck, this isn't good. Everyone get your heads down. Fuck, we're gonna need more help.
This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the Jacksonville metropolitan area. A civil danger warning has been issued for downtown Jacksonville, until further notice. An active shooter situation is underway at the Wells Fargo Bank building in downtown Jacksonville. Residents within a 5-block radius are being asked to evacuate away from the building if you can do so safely. If you are within a 1-block radius of the building, it is advised you remain in a place of shelter. Stray bullets from gunfire could end up posing a serious risk to your well-being. Information on the perpetrator of this shooting are currently unknown. Law enforcement is working hard to get a handle on the situation. Please remain out of their way and let them take care of it. Thank you for your cooperation. It is greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. Right now, we have to jump right into a situation that is unfolding in downtown Jacksonville. Before we start, I would like to say that me and my staff are in a safe location, as our station is located in Arlington, a subsection of Jacksonville. Even despite this, our staff has been urged to remain indoors until the situation has been resolved. At around 10 a.m. local time, a shooting and hostage situation began at the Wells Fargo Bank in downtown Jacksonville, near the Main Street Bridge. Information is pretty limited at the moment, but it has been confirmed that shots have been fired both by law enforcement and the suspect of this shooting. It is unknown how this situation will escalate, if it even continues to escalate. There has been talk that law enforcement may try and negotiate with the man instead of using brute force, but for now they have been reported to be returning fire on the suspect. Hey John, can we get a live shot?
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A blue alert has been issued for downtown Jacksonville, until further notice. During an altercation at the Wells Fargo Bank building in Jacksonville, police officer Charles Jackson was reported to have been shot dead by a suspect holding civilians hostage. This suspect has now been identified as a man going by the name of Chris Volkov. He is estimated to be around 6'1", 180 pounds, of European descent, and was seen wearing all black clothing at the site of the shooting. While the state of the civilians inside the building is not known at this time, it has been noted that Chris has seemed to be actively attempting to kill law enforcement officers who are trying to intervene with whatever he is doing. If you have any additional information on Chris Volkov, please contact law enforcement immediately. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Are we back? Sorry folks, I think we got interrupted by an EAS alert. It sounds like things are getting serious out there. Please remain indoors. We will be back once we have more information on this rapidly unfolding event.
Fuck. I'm recording this just in case he gets to me. Fucking knows him anymore if he's gonna kill. I'm in the bathroom. Just since this all started. He somehow just hasn't checked here yet. Fucking scared.
Hello. You know who I am. This entire city is on its knees for me. This is a message for law enforcement officials in the area and the governor of Florida. Listen carefully. The well-being of you and the civilians in my possession depends on it. We should have a little chat. Put your weapons down, and I will put mine down. Send in someone to negotiate with me. I'll talk to them, and give you my demands. Don't try anything funny, you'll thoroughly regret it. Get on it, the clock is ticking.
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A hazardous materials warning has been issued for the Jacksonville metropolitan area until further notice. At around 11:05 a.m., a large, unidentified van was seen entering the parking garage at the Wells Fargo Bank building. It was reported that this vehicle had rammed through police barricades and refused orders from law enforcement to stop. Law enforcement attempted to stop the vehicle by force, but they could not stop it before entering the garage. While the exact contents of the van are unknown, it is worried that given the current situation, the van could contain some type of improvised explosive. While this is not confirmed, this message is being issued out of an abundance of caution. Anyone within a 10-block radius is being urged to evacuate away from the Wells Fargo Bank building in case there is an explosion at the site of the situation. Thank you for your cooperation. It has been greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Hey, Chris, it's me, Officer Lumen. You said you wanted to talk?
Back up, and I'll give you something. I promise. No tricks.
What is this? A piece of paper?
It's my phone number. I want to do it this way. I don't feel safe having an officer this close. Now go.
Alright. Hello, Chris?
Hello, sir.
Alright, son. What do you want me to do for you?
Well, I can't tell you that just yet. I need to make sure you're alone.
I am. I'm alone in my car. Now, what do you need me to do?
I'm not letting go of the hostages, Lumen. I just wanted to tell you that whatever you guys think you're trying to stop, it's not going to work. I suggest you leave soon. You don't want to be here by the time I'm done.
Come on, son. There's gotta be something you want.
I want y'all to fuck off. And if you don't leave, someone is going to get it.
Okay. Can you at least give me some information on what's going on? How many people are in there?
I'd say around 350 people.
Shit, that's a lot more than we thought. Alright, one more thing. Do you know anything about the van that drove into the parking garage a bit ago?
I might, but that's none of your business. Now, I think it's time I go. Good luck, Lumen. You're gonna need it. Come here, you son of a bitch!
God damn. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the Jacksonville metropolitan area. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for portions of downtown Jacksonville, active immediately and until further notice. This message is being issued in relation to the ongoing hostage situation at the Wells Fargo Bank building in Jacksonville, Florida. Due to new information gathered by law enforcement at the scene, it is becoming increasingly likely that Chris Volkov is in possession of some kind of explosive device. The type of device is unknown, and it is still not confirmed if the man even actually has an explosive device. Despite this, residents within a half-mile radius are being urged to evacuate away from the building as fast as possible. It is not advised that you take the main bridges near the building, such as the Acosta, Main Street, Hart, or the Fuller Warren Bridge. These will likely get filled quickly, and you could end up stranded in the case of an explosion. Evacuate in any direction you can, as long as it's away from the Wells Fargo Bank building. Thank you for your cooperation, it has been greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Hello. What do you think you're doing hiding in here? Come on, why don't you come join the party with us?
No, sir, I think I'm fine where I am.
Nonsense. You'd make for a perfect bargaining chip.
What? What? Who said I wanted... Hey, get your fucking hands off me!
No can do, sir. You're coming with me. Come on, why would you want to miss this? The show is about to start.
Everyone, hold your fire, drop your weapons. Chris, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just wanting to show you what you're trying to save. Do you still want him back?
Of course we do, Chris, along with everyone else in there. But what's the cost?
Well, you waiting around here and not leaving me alone has already cost you around, 40 people?
Jesus Christ. Why are you doing this? What do you gain from all of this?
Nothing really. I'm just trying to send a message. You all are so fucked.
Holy shit. You alright, son?
For now, but we need to leave.
But what about all the people inside the building?
Look, I don't have time to explain fully, but I think Chris has a bomb armed in the building. He said something about a dead man's switch. I don't know exactly what it meant.
Oh my god. Alright, we need to leave.
All right, hello again everyone, this is James Bold. No time for more introductions, we're trying to keep on top of this developing story out of downtown Jacksonville. As of the past 5 minutes, we have received information that the hostage holder, who goes by the name of Chris Volkov, just recently stepped out of Wells Fargo Bank building with a hostage in hand. He was shot by law enforcement just moments ago, and law enforcement is currently working to rescue all of the remaining hostages inside of the bank. Sarah, do we have any more information about rescue efforts that are underway there? Do we know how many people are left inside?
Station FWCN at frequency 861.93 has gone offline. Please tune into another local station.
This message is being broadcast at the request of government officials within the state of Florida, in conjunction with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for the city of Jacksonville, including all of its subsections, until further notice. At 12:03 local time, a large explosion was reported at the Wells Fargo Bank building in downtown Jacksonville. It is believed that this bomb was detonated in relation to a hostage situation that was being led by terrorist Chris Volkoff, before he was shot dead by police. The strength of this explosive device is not currently known as of this time, but reports claim that minor damage was reported well over a mile away from ground zero. Anyone still in downtown Jacksonville is being urged to remain indoors at this time, unless you believe your building is at severe risk for structural collapse. Anyone not in the direct vicinity of the blast, but is still within the city of Jacksonville, you are also being urged to remain indoors, as damage from the explosion could lead to fires, gas leaks, downed power lines, and other harmful conditions around the area. Thank you for your cooperation, it is greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within Jacksonville, Florida. A radiological hazard warning has been issued for the counties of Duval, Clay, and St. Johns, until further notice. At 12:03 local time, a bomb was detonated at Wells Fargo Bank building in downtown Jacksonville, likely causing hundreds of fatalities and thousands of injuries. Over the past 15 minutes, it has been observed that many civilians in the immediate range of the bomb have begun to exhibit signs of acute radiation syndrome, or more commonly known as radiation sickness. This seems to mainly be impacting people within the half-mile radius of the explosion. If you are still within the half-mile radius from the site of the explosion, you need to evacuate immediately. Radiation sickness can onset quickly and lead to rapid death in a matter of hours, depending on the dose of radiation you receive. Common symptoms of radiation sickness include, but are not limited to, nausea, vomiting, headache, and diarrhea. These symptoms usually are short-term, but could develop into much more serious complications later on if not treated quickly. If you are within a 1-mile radius, it is advised you continue to shelter in place until authorities instruct you to do otherwise. It is expected that a small cloud of radioactive materials, otherwise known as fallout, will slowly drift southbound over the coming hours. This cloud of fallout will likely drift nearly parallel to, or over the St. Johns River, out of the south-southwest at around 10 miles per hour due to local wind conditions. While the exact duration of this event is unknown, considering the relatively small size of the explosion, the cloud should not reach further south than Clay County, Florida. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. A 911 telephone outage emergency is currently underway within the Jacksonville metropolitan area. Due to damage from a recent explosion in downtown Jacksonville, along with high caller volume to stations that are still functioning, most of, if not all emergency lines are down at this time. If you are having a life-threatening emergency, you can attempt to call your local office at their specific phone number rather than through 911. But that still may not get your call through to the other line. If you absolutely have to, consider contacting emergency services from surrounding counties, such as Clay, St. Johns, Baker, or Nassau for assistance. Response times will very likely be longer than local services, but your call has a much better chance of reaching their stations. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of government officials within the state of Florida, in conjunction with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The following is an emergency update, which will give up-to-date information on the events of the past few hours. Please listen carefully. At around 10 a.m. local time, a man by the name of Chris Volkoff began holding hostages captive at the Wells Fargo Bank building in downtown Jacksonville. The man claimed there were around 350 people held captive inside the building, but the actual number cannot be known at this time. After 2 hours of exchanging fire and threats with the police, he was seen exiting the building with an unnamed hostage in his possession. He was promptly shot dead on the scene. Within minutes after his death, a large explosion rocked the Jacksonville metropolitan area, causing significant damage within a quarter-mile radius of the explosion. The Wells Fargo Bank sustained significant structural damage, along with many surrounding buildings. Damage was felt upwards of 1.5 miles away from the site of the explosion, as glass was blown out of some windows nearby, causing even more injuries. While the exact death toll is unknown as of this time, it is likely well above 1,000 people. The motive behind Chris's attack is also unknown as of this time, and will require further investigation by law enforcement. Residents are still being urged to remain indoors in the city of Jacksonville, bringing the city of nearly 1 million people to a standstill. A radioactive cloud, also known as fallout, has been drifting southward over the past 3 hours due to the explosion. The bomb Chris used is not exactly known, but it is considered to be a dirty bomb, or a traditional explosive device contaminated with radioactive materials. This bomb was not a nuclear weapon, rather it contained radioactive materials within it. Observations from the National Weather Service have been showing the fallout cloud rapidly shrinking in size, but residents in Clay, St. Johns, and Putnam counties should still remain vigilant for rapidly changing conditions. All residents along or near the St. Johns River should also keep up to date on this event, as contamination of the river is very possible. That is all the information that is available as of this time. Thank you for your cooperation. It has been greatly appreciated. This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the state of Florida. A contaminated water warning has been issued for areas and counties bordering the St. Johns River, active until further notice. This includes the counties of, but is not limited to, Duval, Clay, St. Johns, Putnam, Marion, Lake, and Volusia. Local water treatment plants have detected dangerously high amounts of radioactive materials in and along the St. Johns River. As of this time, no civilian should go in or near the St. Johns River. The highest concentration of these materials have been observed in the Duval, Clay, and St. Johns counties. Due to the northward flowing nature of the river, counties further south of Putnam likely won't see dangerous levels of radioactive material, but they have been included in this message out of an abundance of caution. The source of this radioactive material is believed to be from the detonation of a dirty bomb in Jacksonville, and a subsequent cloud of radioactive material, known as fallout, drifting southward. Residents in the aforementioned counties should not drink water from the tap, or from ground wells. Drinking water that has already been prepackaged is your safest option. Along with that, until this situation has been resolved, it is urged that you do not bathe using water from any faucets or sources in your house. For more information on this event, contact your local water treatment companies. In addition to that, stay tuned to local and state news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. All throughout the day today we've been covering a terrorist situation in Jacksonville, but we're sent off air for about 30 minutes due to a blast from a large explosion. We have received some new information regarding the attack on the Wells Fargo Bank and subsequent bombing, and it's grim to say the least. Law enforcement has estimated that at least 8,000 people were injured in some capacity from the blast, and likely at least 3,000 people died in the area. The death count comes from a multitude of places, from the fireball formed by the bomb itself, to its shockwave, the collapse or damage of surrounding structures, and from what seems to be cases of acute radiation syndrome, or radiation sickness. Law enforcement has confirmed that the bomb detonated in Jacksonville was a dirty bomb, or a mix of conventional explosives with radioactive materials. While the exact materials that were used in the bomb are still unknown, the signs of radiation sickness have definitely been showing in residents that were near the detonation site. Hundreds more will likely die from radiation poisoning in the coming days, and likely thousands more in the coming weeks, months, and years. Unfortunately, this will likely go down as one of, if not the deadliest terrorist attacks on American soil, possibly even larger than the September 11th attacks. This is a grim day not just for us here at home, but in America at large. The part that makes it even more sickening is the lack of a motive. We don't know why the suspect, named Chris Volkov for those who weren't aware, did this. The cleanup cost to the city of Jacksonville, along with the pollution of the St. Johns River, will likely be immense. Despite all the negativity, all of us here in the River City, this state, and the country need to work together to try and ensure a speedy recovery for those directly affected by this horrific attack. I am deeply thankful that my team and I here in the studio were not in the direct blast zone. My heart goes out to all of the victims, and the families of said victims, affected by this attack. Again, I hope for a speedy recovery to our city, but I know that we will make it. Thank you for staying tuned to First Coast Weather and News throughout the day today for coverage of this terrible tragedy. We will keep you updated if more information becomes available. Thank you, First Coast residents, and we hope you can find a way to have a good night tonight.